Hey everyone, my name is Donnie Lowy from Closeout.com. Hope you're doing well today. So today I'd like to discuss with you how you can barter wholesale products. You know, traditionally what people do with wholesale merchandise is they try to sell it. And that makes sense, right? If you want to buy merchandise, you want to be able to sell it, and that's how you make your money. But there's another way to actually get ahead in the wholesale business, and that is by bartering products. Bartering products is basically the same arrangement that you had when you were a kid if you collected baseball cards or comic books and you were trading comic books and baseball cards. It's the same idea. You have your wholesale merchandise, you're going to look for someone else that has wholesale merchandise that you feel you could do well with, and you're going to exchange your merchandise. Now, why would someone else do that? Well, they'll do it because they feel they can do well with the merchandise that you have. And now, let's say you're not sure if you'll do well with their merchandise, and they're not sure if they're going to do well with your merchandise. But here's the thing. If neither of you can sell the merchandise that you currently have, then it makes more sense to exchange your merchandise, at least to take a chance on new merchandise. Because if you have, let's say you bought a closeout of bath towels, and you just can't sell them, and someone else has a closeout of sports equipment, and I know those are two completely different items, but if you simply cannot sell towels, you might find customers who are interested in the sports equipment, and the wholesaler who has the sports equipment might be able to find customers for those bath towels. Now, barter also can take place, and I'd say ideally it would be better when you're focusing on a category that you already have experience with. So let's say you are a dress retailer, and you bought 200 dresses from my warehouse, and you have 5 dresses that you simply can't sell, right? I mean, 5 out of 200 dresses isn't so bad. That meant you were able to sell 195 out of the 200 dresses. Okay, so you have those 5 dresses, and you just, your customers aren't buying them because maybe they already bought enough dresses. They like 9 West, and the 5 dresses you have left are Calvin Klein. So you find another dress retailer that has 5 dresses that they can't sell, and you exchange your dresses. This way you can call your customers and say, look, I have new dresses. They come in, they see a new selection. And you're doing the same favor for the other retailer. He or she has 5 dresses that they can't sell. They're going to exchange them for 5 of your dresses. They're going to take the 5 dresses that you gave them, and they're going to tell their customers that they have new dresses. Now, you can do this with 5 dresses. You can do this with 1,000 dresses. But the key is, you want to remember, you want to find merchandise that you'll be able to sell. And sometimes, even if you have merchandise that you see merchandise that someone else has that you're not sure if you're going to do well with, but if you're not doing well with your merchandise, then I think it makes sense to take a chance. Now, whenever you barter, you need to keep track of the cost of the merchandise and how much you sell the other merchandise for, because it can still be considered as a sale even though it is a barter, but you need to speak to your accountant about that. Another thing I would tell you is be proactive and let people know that you're willing to consider barter opportunities, because you never know who has an opportunity to barter. And even if someone initially is reluctant to barter, let's say they just want to sell merchandise, but they'll think about the idea, and then if they simply see they cannot sell the merchandise that they have, they might consider exchanging the merchandise with you. All right, my website is closeoutexplosion.com. Next time you're in New York, please visit my warehouse. Thank you and have a great day.